Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, we want to thank all of our fans, our sponsors, our patrons. We appreciate all of your guys' support. Everyone that's bought us a cup of coffee, been greatly appreciated. We've had a rough couple of weeks here in the family, been out of work for a week and a half, coming up on 2 weeks, thanks to our old friend COVID running through us. I don't want to take up a whole lot of time with the usual spiel, so all of you guys that are interested in what's going on with Sin City Living and what we plan on doing in the future with our live streams and upcoming events, please stick around to the end of the video or skip to the end of the video and watch. I will put most of that stuff in the ending spiel, and I will try and update it every week or two with more news. Otherwise, that being said, we're just going to go ahead and jump straight into today's video. So for today's video, and this one might be a little bit shorter, it's a quick subject, I want to go back into something that we have talked about in the past, and this will be useful for people that are dealers out there or people with home games, although the home games don't really matter because a lot of this comes into play in just doing things the correct way or the most proper way. And if you're dealing at a home game, you really don't need to worry about being, the most proper. You're not worried about whether or not the boxman thinks you're a good dealer or whether or not you're, have a chance to move up because you follow procedure. But at this time we're going to deal with totaling, okay? So totaling is where you take a bet. Let's do this one. Where you take a bet and the odds and you combine them both into one payout. We always pay odds first. So this $35 in odds would pay $42. And then of course you've got your $10 flat bet. So you could, of course, just grab that wrong too. So we could, of course, just do that, right? Now what I want you guys to see is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 checks. Okay, 8 checks used to pay that bet. Or we could look at it and go, well, odds pay 42 plus 10. The entire bet gets paid $52. When you total, you always, just like you always heel off a payout, we heel it off, but directly on the line in between the two bets. Now, a good dealer is going to tell the player, hey, this pays 42 plus 10 is 52. There you go. Let the player know so they're not confused. Especially newer players. Newer players get very confused. We put it directly on the line. Now I want you guys to look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 checks. 4 checks versus 8 checks. And that is when you total. That is proper totaling. Thank you everybody, by the way, for the coffees. Very helpful in January. Helped us pay those bills while we were out ill and helped me get a really cool Baby Yoda birthday cake for my son. So thank you guys. We'll go back into the coffees again this month. And please, everybody, send us some emails. Send us some emails with some strategies, some questions, something you'd like to see us shoot a video on. We'd really appreciate it. Okay, so let me show you when totaling is bad. So in this case, if we get a winner, we've got 30 in odds back there. 30 pays 36. We've got 10 up front, so the entire bet pays 46. Right? I will see occasionally dealers do this. They pay 46. Well, if they paid it properly in the back and then in the front, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 checks. By totaling, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 checks. So they saved nothing. They did not save themselves any checks. It makes no sense to total, and it's considered extraordinarily lazy. If you're not saving checks, you always pay it properly. When you total, it actually forces the box to have to look closer and not look at the entire table, but look directly at your payout and figure out exactly, make sure you're doing it correctly. Versus when you pay properly, you pay the odds, then you pay the flat bet. A quick glance, and we've got it. So if you're not saving checks, but you total, it's considered extremely lazy. The boxes, even though they're not likely to say anything, the boxes look at that as, well, this is a lazy dealer. And it's something that they talk about off to the side. Now, are there times where you can total even if the bet doesn't quite reach that point? For instance, a bet like this, where you would total it to $46. There is a time that you can total this, and it's when you need to start getting some checks back. Maybe you're in the middle of a monster roll, and this player does nothing but small, tiny, itsy bitsy little bets, so you're not really ever able to just total and just give him green. But he's got now like $200 or $300 in red chips, and you really need to start getting some of this back. So what can you do? Well, 30 pays 36 plus the 10 flat bet is $46. Well, you can pay $51 for 5. You have totaled, you've given them green, and you've actually taken some red back. Now again, you should talk this through with the player. You can do it at kind of light speed or auctioneer speed as you're talking, that's fine, but you want to walk the player through that. Okay? That is a time when it becomes useful, when you can total. There's other times, even with lesser bets, you can do it. Let's say we've got this, right? 10 pays 12 on the back plus 10, so it pays $22. But this player's got a ton of red chips. So we could pay 27 for 5. Now, by pure proper procedure, you're only supposed to manipulate the odds when it comes to, overpaying and taking some back. You're not supposed to use the pass line. Now, once you've been dealing for a while and you're at a tier 3, tier 4 casino, you're going to be more likely to be allowed to start manipulating the pass line, but it's dangerous. It really is, because that's where you can end up having shots and jackpots on you. So it's not a good idea to manipulate it, but you can. You definitely can manipulate it. And here's an example of that. Now we get a winner. Well, that 15 in the back pays 18. That 10 pays 10. So the whole thing pays 28. So you're like, sweet, I can use a green. I can pay him in green. But again, what if they have $300-400 in red in front of them? Well, it pays 28. Now this is something that is not super common, and it should not be super common. It can be done, but you need to be a super strong dealer for them to they have to trust you. They have to trust you a lot in order to let you start doing stuff like this. But you could pay 53 for the whole bet. The 28 payout plus the 25 they started with. Now they've got green, and you got some red back. You've retrieved some red. So those are times when it's acceptable to total, when you're saving checks and when you're getting some checks back. So I hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, or at least just plain fun. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.
Okay everybody, and as promised, all the usual blah blah that I try and do at the beginning of the video, we're going to go ahead and put near the end of the video. And here we go. So thank you everybody for your usual patronage. All of you that are patrons of ours, we very, very much appreciate it. Thank you everybody who's been buying us a cup of coffee. Love to say it's going to coffee right now, but this month with the entire family out for COVID, it's honestly going to Bill's and probably the kid's birthday in a week. But we definitely appreciate it. We're going to continue working on these live streams. I know you guys have seen some of them popping up. Just got to figure out the look of it, and some of the audio is still giving me issues, but hopefully we'll be getting those live streams and the craps tournaments going as soon as possible. Really just going to depend on scheduling. My schedule changed, Amy's schedule changed, kids' school schedule is fun. So once we figure out exactly how all those schedules are going to work, we'll let everybody know. And otherwise, please continue emailing us with anything you would like to see videoed. And again, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate every single one of you guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.